I know that you mentioned that you wanted to fight Jermell once, that was, and I think, I guess I'll speak for myself, but from what I've heard, in all honesty, when the fight was originally made, I think a lot of the Americans, including myself, was like, maybe Mel might edge it because of what he was doing.
Yeah.
That week, that year that went by, was kind of all like, step back, and we're like, ooh, okay, Tim's here, like that progression you've done. More likely, maybe the Jermall Charlo sounds more interesting than the Jermell Charlo fight now because we saw that
to a certain extent. But me and Mel got history, so there is unfinished business.
Even after the Canelo fight, do you feel that?
Yeah, I feel like it was a weak performance. Like you don't just go in there to survive a fight. If the other guy's better than you, then at least go on your back and have a crack at it. Don't just run around. Not perform, not try to win. That's what I don't understand.
You think he would have did the same with you if you guys were in the ring? Like he would have survived it, because you have a powerful punch as
know what? Like if you watch the Tony Harrison fight, it was like even the Brian Castano fight. He drags it on to the later rounds and then he gets like this one punch and it all changes. And it's happened a couple of his fights. Like I've never rated Charlo as, wow, this guy's amazing. Like I look at Crawford, look at the Errol Spencers. Like these guys are top dogs for a reason. But Charlo, I never saw it in him. Never saw it in his eyes or in his the way he fights.
Would you think that Jermall would have been like a tougher test based off the style that?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think Charlo versus Canelo will be in the near future in May. I've heard from what I've been reading.
What do you think about it? You think that?
I think this Charlo will give a better run for it. Not the way the other Charlo fought. That was just embarrassing.
Do you feel that, and because it's Canelo, that Canelo will still not only beat the other Charlo, but Jermall as well, back to back?
Yeah, I think Canelo will win. I think it'll be a tougher fight than the previous one, but I think he'll win.
Okay. Just following up, just my last couple questions. I mean, we talk about Canelo. I know there's a gap in between, but Canelo Alvarez.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like. Styles make fights. I feel like I'm a young Triple G. I'm a young Triple G, and Canelo did get Triple G at the right time. So everyone, I remember all the fans used to always say when Canelo and Triple G were at their peak, who would have won? So I'm the next young Triple G, I guess.
There's this up and coming. I would call him contender. He's on the rise of potentially being a champion. He was asked about your fight with Thurman, which is Keyshawn Davis. I don't know if you got to see the Tio fight.
Yeah.
You didn't go to the fight.
No, I didn't go to the fight. No.
He said that in this fight that he believes you're a dog, and you're going to essentially beat Thurman in this case. When you see Keyshawn, do you see similar traits of youthfulness, young dog? Because he complimented you in this fight.
I haven't seen much of him fight in the pros, but I do remember him in the amateurs, and he was slick. And his loss was against Andy Cruz.
Yeah.
And Andy Cruz is one of my all-time favorite amateur boxers of all time. And I remember watching that Olympic Games, and I was quite impressed. I was very impressed with Keyshawn. I think he's an animal. He's got the right skills. I haven't seen him in the pros yet.
No, really?
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
He just knocked out Pedraza.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I saw the knockout actually, and he's a talent, 100%.
He wants Teofimo Lopez, and because Keyshawn from him. I mean, I know.
You know what? That gives me a little bit of goosebumps. Such a young kid, such a young age to be chasing already a Teofimo fight. That's what boxing should be all about. Chasing the big ones, and not being a little bitch like a lot of fighters are.
Any names attached to that word, or just?
No, just like there's a lot of fighters are. They're just, I don't know. Just everyone's backing out. No one in particular, man. I didn't really think about, but it's just the boxing landscape's changing. I don't like it.
And you're the throwback fighter, like you said.
That's what I want to be, man. I was watching what's his name, Tommy Hearns the other day. Just that's what it's all about.
Seeing that the goal was to beat Thurman in spectacular fashion and then completely take over America. I'm sure your brother wants to come over here as well, and you guys do your thing. With that undercard, it's quite interesting. You know, you got Rolly and Pitbull. I mean, I didn't get a chance to ask you at the press conference, but how do you think that fight plays out?
I think Pitbull. I think he's a dog, man, and there's a reason why they call him Pitbull. He brings a style which is it's hard to beat. You know, Tank. You know, one of the best fighters in the world these days. He struggled as well. You know, and it wasn't a shutout. Usually, what Tank does.
So, just rounding up the interview, and I appreciate the time. You're going to be headlining T-Mobile pay-per-view, first card on Amazon. I mean, there's so many accolades against Keith Thurman. I mean, what do you want to tell the fans? Just, you know, besides go watch the fight.
Look, I think it's history for sure. You know, you only get to headline a card once. The platform Amazon's first starting up, so I think it's going to be intriguing how they come into the boxing world, what they're going to do differently. It's always interesting about that, and it's going to be a dogfight. You know, it's a lion catching a gazelle. Everyone loves to say that.
Well, look, I appreciate the time, champ. I'm looking forward to it.
Nah, easy, bro.